Mizfitz Sport Radio. So, where did you put your gloves on?
Those are mittens. Those are mittens.
So, episode 13. Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
As you can see, it's cold outside.
He spent all that money. He ain't got money to pay for the heat.
I got money to celebrate the Giants this week, man. Praying for them to lose. Thinking shit sweet out here.
Enjoy your ninth pick.
Oh, support the team, big.
Yo, he got scarf, ugly sweater.
Oh, chill. Put that helmet back up, son.
He got a scarf.
Odell gave me this helmet, man, after that win. After he threw that touchdown, 80-yard touchdown.
Welcome, everybody. Obviously, episode 13, still moving. Mizfitz Sport Radio. Obviously, I am Chris. Man, Duce Pop done switched it up. He got
everything.
He got the entire
What's
setup.
your goddamn mind?
Oh, my bad. PH in the building.
Yeah.
Put the other hat back on,
Red
kids.
Bone, Puda.
That's for the second half.
Yo, your man fingers. I got the same mittens. That's why that shit's so funny, though.
Got another pin for you.
Chips in the building.
Hookah Poppy on deck. Let's get it.
Hookah chips. I ain't calling you no hookah poppy. Hookah chips.
Let's get it.
With the yak. Don't
And
forget.
we ready for another week.
Yo, Chess, what's your Dominican name, man?
Alberto.
All right.
Alberto.
I was going to say, why he add an extra vowel?
Alberto.
Black people, I tell you.
Oh,
Do you know what that is? I don't want to say that word, but that's what that is.
yeah. But we jumping into it. Welcome. We got another week. Told you guys this was coming. Obviously, this week.
Wait, hold on, Chris. Hold on, man.
I've been trying to get rolling.
Nah, let's see. How was your week, Chris? What you do this weekend, man?
Nothing, actually. Ain't doing nothing.
Nobody. I ain't fucking good, man. Nobody did anything.
I mean, I ain't do nothing. I ain't buy no shoes or nothing. I didn't do nothing.
I went to see Creed 2. It was really good, man. I liked it, just like the first one.
Yeah. Like really, like better than the first one, or?
Nah. I don't think it's
cool, dirt or fire.
Give it a cool.
Cool dirt or dirty cool.
Nah, no dirt included. Period.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, PH? You do anything? Nah, you ain't do nothing.
I ain't do a damn thing.
All right. We keep it moving since
He
nobody.
cooked Sunday dinner. What you have for Sunday dinner, bro?
Oh God, here we go. The game, Chris.
Oh, I also
You started this, see?
I just try to keep the followers up on what we've been doing between the week.
Yeah,
I asked you a question, PH.
Well, turkey chips. I didn't cook Sunday dinner, right? All right, no biscuits from scratch. All right, I got you.
Yo, y'all Christmas decorations are up?
Also went to party with Chase. We had a good party day.
Word. Shout out to Meta Alliance, Avicenna.
What?
The party Saturday, mad early on the 1st.
Yeah. It's only said Mad Alliance.
Calling somebody's name?
Mad Alliance and Avicenna. That's the two companies that I work with.
Oh,
Mad Alliance? Med, M-E-D, brother. Med Alliance.
I think you're
Speak English. Then we understand what you're saying.
What the hell you talking about, man?
I thought he said Matt something. I'm like, what?
Med Alliance, brother. Med Alliance.
Well, to answer the question, I got my tree up. My baby and my daughter put the tree up. Either yesterday or the day before yesterday, actually. Yeah, Sunday they put the tree up.
Y'all got y'all decorating the rest of y'all? And nah, not yet.
That's next year.
Nah. Oh, my bad. You ain't got no money for a tree. My bad. You.
The tree been up, sir. Long time.
Oh, so what you mean that's next year?
Oh, I think you about decorating the crib, the outside of the crib.
Nah, just in general.
Talking about Christmas in general.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. So let me ask this, because my girl's trying to give me heat, right?
Yeah.
She want to legit put up lights. Like, she trying to get me on the outside of the house or some national lamp.
Yeah, you better get out there.
Yeah, get out there.
I'm on some, let me get the joint that go in the yard and shoot the lights again.
Oh, you right, too. I'm with you on that.
Projection.
You can't use those in the projection. You can't
Yes,
use
you
those.
can.
Not really.
What you mean?
Nah, some of that shit is against the law, man, because of the airplanes.
It just points
to the house.
It points at your house. That's all.
The red ones, you can't use them.
Man, shut up, Puda.
He might be right.
Sir, you don't men with the glasses down there. You don't live in New York City.
Hey, first of all, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Chris got the glasses on. Hold on. There's two people with glasses on, sir.
Not PH. You don't live in New York City.
All right. First of all, I don't live in New York City.
Said that. I literally said that.
Huh?
I literally just said that.
Oh, so why are you telling me New York City laws? I don't care about that.
I'm telling you to mind your business.
And then guess what? You don't live in New York City either.
Yeah, I literally just moved out. You're right.
So moral of the story is get that projector. Get that projector on the crib.
I'm gonna edit this whole part.
I ain't editing nothing.
But yeah, so she trying to give me bars. She like, you gotta get outside. And I'm like, yo, we don't even got the ladder for that type of work. What are you talking about?
Get it.
You could do a mixture of both. I bought the solar joints, like the candy canes and all that.
Done.
For the walkway.
You know what? Let's just get the little battery lit candles, put them in the window. Boom. Christmas. I ain't getting my big ass on no roof trying to lay out lights.
Not on the roof.
On the roof, son. This ain't Home Alone.
You're not getting.
That's what shit. Legit. I swear, I lie to you not. I could get her in here right now. Son, legit. That's what she want.
We ain't getting on the roof.
Yo, so funny story. Dealing with Christmas. It was a news story. I don't know if y'all saw it. It was a family decorated the house with lights, and they did a tribute to some movie where the ladder falls out from the guy and he hanging on the roof, right?
Okay. So
they put a dummy on the roof and a ladder on the side. So a neighbor walked by and literally thought that it was a person hanging. So you know that camera, the Nest shit?
Yeah.
I got one of those.
So they got it recorded where he run up, he like, oh my God, hold on, please hold on, don't let go. He grabbed the ladder. He like, here, can you reach it? Yo, my man really called the cops though.
Yo, that's a good neighbor, yo. I would have bought him a gift.
Yo, and they trying to find who he was to buy him.
He's not even like a next door neighbor?
Nah, he not like right next door. He like once he realized, but he had already called the cops, so I guess he bounced or whatever. Mad funny though.
Oh, he called the cops and realized it wasn't a real person. He did.
That's exactly what happened.
He was like, chill, I'm about to look like an asshole. Let me get out of here.
The camera and everything, got up out of there.
Son, why Puda got on hockey gloves?
Son, it mittens, son. I be shoveling with them shits.
But I just want to say,
exceptions in a year with these. Look,
I just want to say, we're not gonna let that money drop go. Puda talk about, I got one of those too.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna let that top two go.
I got it as a housewarming gift. That's what I got it as. Yeah,
that's right. You have real friends come to your housewarming. You're right.
Oh,
because when I had a housewarming, PH, you the only real one, bro.
Oh. Drop a bomb to that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. me to go to housewarming for us, man.
Son. Chips, remember all that heat Chips gave everybody for not coming to his crib, fam?
Especially you.
Son, that motherfucker ain't even been down to the state.
Oh, he still ain't come to your crib?
No,
After all, I ain't going to your crib till you come to mine. Say sorry, Chips.
Nah, I had vehicle problems, man. But I'm coming down there.
2 months ago.
Huh?
Get on the plane.
Yeah, scratch the back of that neck. Scratch the back of that neck.
I'm broke, fam. Keep telling y'all that, man.
He just bought a house 5 years ago.
Word.
No, you ain't. You got that.
My water heater went out. I ain't got it.
All right, let's get into it, Chris. My bad. I ain't mean to take us on the detour.
Yeah, because I tried to cook.
See what happens. But NBA, we've been waiting for this moment. We've been definitely preparing for this moment. First quarter recap. Obviously, some surprises. I won't even say some. A lot of surprises. Looking at the rankings, if the playoffs were to start right now, the teams that's in is crazy. And the teams that's out is crazy.
Especially one in particular.
But, I don't think anybody expected, and I'll just throw out one shot, an 11-2 and 12 start from the Rockets. So I would like to say there's definitely a change in the
and to be crazy, that 11 and 12 is good. Yep. Where they started from,
because it could have been worse. Word, definitely could have been worse. Obviously, it's early, it's super early, but is this a depiction of what's to come? Everybody expected a lopsided NBA, but it's not looking like that. What you got, Chips?
So like I said, I think I mentioned this in the prior podcast.
See, this is why I don't go to you first. See?
Damn, son. But anyway, the NBA is a lot more balanced than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, injuries have something to do with it, but teams are really coming to play. Besides the defense being
garbage,
non-existent.
I don't want to say garbage, but it is trash.
So it's garbage, man.
Don't want to say garbage, but it's trash. So it's not the actual garbage that go in there. It's just what holds the garbage.
It's the kitchen garbage. It's the kitchen garbage as opposed to the outside garbage. The reason why I say that is because the offense is strong.
Kitchen garbage.
The offense is flowing, and teams are really going at each other. It's really from what I can see, it's really no days off. Any given game can be a challenging game. Shout out to OKC. I think they are playing the league's best defense right now. I think they're the only team that's averaging under 100 points on defense. So yeah, I think the NBA is very balanced right now. Shout out to Toronto. They still holding it down.
Excuse me,
not quite under 100, but
no team is holding any team under 100 points, yo. Yeah. That one.
Well, Coach, they what they at 101?
No, 103.
No, Denver's the lowest with 102.7.
Yeah.
102. Okay, so maybe I saw OKC in the last a stretch of games or something or whatever. Since they started 0-4. But yeah, Pop, don't get excited. The Lakers, not your Lakers, but the Lakers, they in 5, but they won't stay there. Trust me.
I know because they're going up to 4.
Oh, you're lying. You're lying.
Okay.
Yeah, so the NBA is balanced right now. So.
PH.
Yeah, it's a lot of surprises for me too. Speaking of, the one is the Nuggets. Would not expect them to be number 1 in the West, and playing and challenging just about every team they play.
They be balling.
Beat the Warriors what twice or once?
Smack the Lakers.
Well, Lakers don't really count as being a top team, except for Pop.
I was just about to say, somebody think they're gonna be top 4.
They did beat the Raptors. So that and the Clippers, I would not have expected to be top 2 teams in any league, East or West. But they are definitely balling and showing out. Everybody was calling for Doc Rivers to get fired last season.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was going there.
And look at what they're doing with who is they leading scorer? Gallinari? Tobias Harris?
Chill. Gallinari been balling. He got me my first FanDuel in NBA.
You know what?
Another Knicks debacle.
Set your lineups.
But anyway, I do think it's definitely balanced in the NBA, East and West.
Pop?
I think so. In our group chat, we had a talk it was Nightmare, and it probably was other people, but I remember me and Nightmare talking about it where he was saying that he feels like there's not enough talent spread out throughout the NBA. And I totally disagree with that. And outside of the Golden State Warriors.
Bless you, brother.
Outside of the Golden State Warriors, I feel like everybody has talent. So now you might say there's more superstars in the West, but there's talent spread out of this league. I feel like if Golden State didn't have injuries, because it wasn't just Steph, Draymond was out, Clay was out, the games here and there.
Still might be out.
Who?
Draymond, did he start playing again? I think he's still out.
Came back.
Nah, he ain't back yet.
And there's still only 2 games out of first. So outside of them, the Clippers is a big surprise. The Nuggets is a surprise, but I wouldn't say a big surprise because I feel like everybody's seen them coming, just not first place.
Exactly.
I just feel like right now things is going to start settling in. I don't see the Clippers staying in the top 8 at all. I don't know if Memphis is going to stay in the top 8. Dallas is definitely not staying in the top 8. Houston is going to slowly make the way up there. San Antonio, I don't know what to think about them at all. I'm myself, I'm not a big DeRozan fan. He's been playing well, but I don't know. I think it might be time for them for Pop to retire, and they just need to break it up altogether. I mean, Aldridge could go to the Knicks with Chip so he could be up close and personal with them.
Think I want to hear that complaining every day? Hell no.
Nah, you don't want that. You don't want that smoke.
On the East,
no.
I feel like we mentioned it whenever we spoke about basketball. We all mentioned how bad the Wizards are. They should be a lot better. Orlando's a pleasant surprise. They beat good teams when they do play them. They play them tough and they win a lot. Charlotte is one of my big surprises. I didn't think they was going to be good at all. I mean, they're not even at 500, but I didn't think they was going to have that many wins. And
Kemba Walker willing them to them wins, boy.
I don't know what's going on with Boston, man. I mean, it kind of seemed like it's a new team playing together, but it shouldn't be because it's only Gordon Hayward. But when you had them young boys step up in the playoffs and they feel like they the men now, it's new expectations and new roles, and I don't know, but I feel like they're gonna get it together. Brad Stevens is a good coach. So I see them moving up, and Detroit Pistons is a good surprise also. I like the way they play. I didn't think that Blake and Drummond could play together as well as they do, but they play pretty well together. They play high and low, almost like they did on the Clippers.
I was going to say, you wouldn't have compared it to when he played with DeAndre?
But the only difference is Drummond is more – he looks to score more.
Yeah, he's more offensive.
Than what's his name again?
DeAndre
Jordan.
He was trying to catch lobs, cut to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
But I like what I'm saying. I like it. I still obviously think as long as everybody's healthy, that Golden State is going to the finals. And I picked Boston, and I think they're going to get it together. But Toronto looks really tough, man. I like they bench, and they play good defense.
What you got, Puda?
Yeah. Going off what Pop said, with the young boys stepping up last year, I don't really feel like it's a case of them feeling like they the man this year. I just felt like they played really well together as role players, and now the stars are back, and you got to share the rock. I mean,
So about Boston.
Boston, my bad. I'm shocked they so low in the standings right now. I think they like 6 or 7, and I really thought they would be dominating the East with LeBron not being there, even with Kawhi coming over there.
Nah, yeah, I don't know about that.
I didn't expect Toronto to gel so fast. It's really crazy. They just lost their coach. They lost DeRozan. Kawhi coming off an injury. He didn't play for like a year. I like what I'm seeing from the Knicks in Brooklyn, though. They play really competitive game in and game out.
But lose, hashtag lose them all. This
has to stop. So you can't want all your New York teams to lose.
Yo, he said just try.
They said just try to lose them all. They tried.
Philly. I really like the way Philly's looking, man. They're looking like they're not going to be a team that gets outed in 5 to some role players this year in the playoffs. I expect them to make a deep run. The way they're looking, they might go deeper than Boston. But we'll see how it goes. In the West, I'm shocked. I'm shocked with the Jazz and the Rockets, man. I don't know what's going on with these two teams. They were pretty much –
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Jazz.
Pretty much powerhouses. Well, mainly the Rockets, but the Jazz were up there. What were they, like the 4th seed or the 5th seed, something like that?
Yeah.
A young team. They just lost Hayward, and they still got it going. And right now, they sitting at the bottom. I think they like second to last or something like that, which is crazy.
Yeah, they only ahead of Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix got like 4 wins, man.
So, yeah, but, I mean, they are at the bottom, but they got 11 wins, and Dallas in 8th spot has 11 wins.
Yeah, it's real close. It's
not that far back.
They're where they are. And the Pelicans, too. I didn't expect the Pelicans to be so low.
I did. They doing better than I expected.
I didn't expect the Clippers to be up there, so why wouldn't I think the Pelicans would be in the race?
Because they didn't. I'm not a fan of homeboy Randall. He's cool, but outside of that, they didn't add anything like that.
Yo, how sick is Trevor Ariza?
Sick enough to get traded.
I think he's cool. He got his money.
He went there for the bread. He wasn't going there expecting to win.
But now he gonna get traded to a winner now.
Let me ask you a question. Are the Mavericks serious?
No.
Not this season.
No.
I feel like they are. That'll lead me into
serious. What do you mean by serious?
I mean, we'll finish in maybe 8th or 9th?
No.
Not 8th. I can see them top 10.
I can see them possibly finishing 8th.
Yeah.
No.
I say 7. I say 6 to 8. I see him as high as 6. Yes. The reason I say that is because the way Luka's been playing and the tandem of him and Smith has been definitely very good. I feel like once they get – and he's not big minutes, so don't make it seem like I'm saying he's going to be the same person. Once they get Dirk back to where if he can produce anything, I feel like that adds a better dynamic to where they have somebody who they can go into, I'd say about 17 and in.
Is he supposed to come back this season?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I thought so, but I could be wrong.
He need to just get his percentage in the team and go retire.
Severance package.
Word.
He ain't gonna be he gonna be on that team, son. Period. You gonna be doing something.
He gonna get a percentage.
But I don't know. I feel like Dallas can. I feel like with the pieces that they have now and the movements that they've been making, with everybody else playing the way that they're playing, why not? personally. And the West is tight. It's real tight. Like I said, from between 8 or second to last and like the 8th team, it's all basically the same wins. So it can happen, I feel like. My major surprise is, outside of what everybody else said, is definitely going to be, I wouldn't say the Pacers, because I felt like the Pacers were going to be good. I feel like they should be better in the East, the way the East has been playing, since it's not all about Boston. Them being down at 5 definitely makes it, for me,
there's quite a few games, though. That's why I believe they're a little bit low.
But in actuality,
Yep.
when you look at the standings,
Yep.
they only person ahead of them is Detroit that you wouldn't have put there.
Yeah, you were replaced Boston with Detroit. Like, they would be the 5th best team.
The Bucks.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I didn't have the Bucks at 2. I didn't have the Bucks above the
Okay,
Pacers.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Like, when we initially talked about it, I didn't have the Bucks ahead of them.
But you wouldn't think
4-5 is where they should be.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't have the Pacers like right around the same area as the Bucks, though, in the East.
Well,
That's why I said the only big surprise there on the top 5 of the East is Detroit.
Well, that's why I said, with Boston doing as bad as they was, I honestly remember when we initially talked about it, I felt like Pacers had a real good shot last year and they should have went further. With Boston not being in the top 2, I felt like they should be right at like the 3, personally, for me. I wasn't expecting Toronto to be as good as they were, but if they were, I felt like the only full-on, all-around teams that were better than them was going to be Toronto and Boston. So with Boston not being where I feel like they rightfully should be, I felt like they should have been higher. They should be higher.
Like Boston, at this point of the season, they should have been like a 3 or 4 loss team, man. I thought they were going to be killing the East. What?
Yeah.
Just like what Pop said with his talent all over the place, I think me and Chris had this conversation, and I was like, yo, I just believe in all sports, all players are taking their craft a lot more serious and actually practicing, shooting,
training.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They doing everything. They're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing now.
Practice? I'm talking about practice.
Yeah, man, but I like it though, man, because it makes stuff way more interesting.
So the main thing for me wasn't really, like, outside of like the Pacers I felt like should be higher, the main thing for me wasn't team surprises, more so player surprises. I feel like this season has been the emergence of a lot of unknown players stepping up and doing a lot of big things. You know, obviously the main thing for me was, you know, before the injury, Karis LeVert in Brooklyn. Like, I remember like the first 2 weeks.
I don't want to talk about it.
Pop legit. Yo. Pop legit picked him up like every both days in FanDuel. And I was like, yo, who's this random dude that he keep picking up that's giving him buckets?
Yeah.
Like, I was getting tight.
Right, Karis was doing that last year though, man. He was
not on this level though.
Not on this level.
No, I'm just saying he started producing to show that he actually had it.
Well, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, this season, it's a lot more of non-household names actually stepping up and giving you good big pause minutes and like really stepping up and showing out. Like, it's not the normal.
I had Karis as my most improved player, so now I got to give it to JaVale McGee right now.
Yep.
Why do you
JaVale McGee?
Yeah, most improved.
I don't think he most improved. I just think he got an opportunity to do more.
I don't know what he could do before. He ain't been scoring like he's scoring now. He been
not on Golden State.
Yeah, but
that was the only team he was on.
Yeah, I mean, he had his moments when he was on what he was on before Golden State.
On Denver. He was on Washington, and he was just shacked in the fool, JaVale McGee.
He still might be that though.
Not really.
Not this season.
Not really.
He had. It's early in the season. Please believe a Shaq in the fool moment gonna come.
I'm pretty
he might
sure.
have one, but by this time last season, he had about 3-4.
Word.
I always think he was underrated as what he can provide to a team.
What about
He's just a wild player.
What about who, Puda?
Middleton from the Bucks?
Nah,
Because he was producing before, then got hurt, and now he back to what he was doing.
Yeah, he's starting to get back to where he was. But I mean, even as on like outside of scoring, Montrezl Harrell for the Clippers, like he's been hooping.
Yeah.
Like a lot of his dirty work and you know what I mean, that junkyard mentality of the rock is mine, the ball is mine. Like he's a hustler. Like that mentality out of him. And who was it? I was just looking at even Robert Covington. Everybody knew Robert Covington for D3. D3. He can knock down a shot. He can play some defense. He's leading the league in steals right now. I don't think anybody expected that from him, like to be locking up like that.
I think another name you could throw out there, although he always flashed potential, was Zach LaVine. Like if he constantly does this, I think
I definitely thought he could do that.
What happened?
I thought he could do what he was doing now.
Yeah, but he never did it for a whole season
because he was hurt again.
Even when he wasn't hurt, he wasn't shooting the ball and controlling the game like this. He wasn't.
He's showing a little bit more right now than what he normally.
Let me say this, and I have this argument with not argument, just the conversation with people. When you go to a team that doesn't have like legit stars, a lot of players have a lot of opportunity to show what they could do, and I think LaVine just in that right situation. You know what I'm saying?
Like McGee.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Where you get more opportunity to work. You know what I mean? It can work on both sides of the aisle where, if, say, for instance, they go to another team when they showing out and then they get to the other team and they looking more average because they got other players around them. So I think it may be some of that, not to put any shade towards LaVine, but I just think, because I think he's talented, but he just has the opportunity to go. You know what I mean? That light.
But he still got to capitalize on the opportunity.
I think he's always been talented enough to capitalize on it.
It's the same thing with Victor Oladipo. Nobody was expecting that last year.
Exactly. Exactly. But you got to remember that he behind on Orlando. He was young. The same thing with Zach. They young coming into the league. They show a little potential.
Yeah.
Then they, you know what I'm saying? With Oladipo, he go to OKC. You behind Russ and all that, you really can't shine like that. But now you go to Indiana, you older, you wiser, you got more experience, and you go off.
He woke up with Russ, though. Russ woke him up.
Depot was cooking in Orlando. Let's not forget he was working in Orlando. They just didn't have surrounding pieces.
Yeah, he was a little more inconsistent too.
Like he didn't have surrounding pieces in Orlando. LaVine never did what Oladipo did, so I wouldn't be able to put that out there. Like he was behind Wiggins, Cat, and was Teague on the team back then? I don't even think so.
No.
So it's like he wasn't like Zach LaVine was dunk contest Zach.
Zach LaVine was doing a lot of point guard duties in Minnesota.
Yeah,
I think really stunted him from actually being what he is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he still had players in front of him. Like Cat Williams was Cat Williams.
I think he was playing more out of position than anything. Forcing him to do certain things than letting him just be free and do what he can do.
Yeah, throw a most improved play out there off the top of your head if you can.
I don't even know. I gotta think about that one.
But yeah, I don't know. If I had to take a guess, I think JaVale McGee is leading the race right now.
For most improved?
Yeah.
I would say Kemba.
Especially with the Lakers being in the top. They're gonna finish in the top 4. So
Kemba,
I would say Kimba wasn't wilding like this.
Son, no, stop it. Stop it, Chris.
No.
Stop it.
I don't understand why people are surprised that Kimba is doing this.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
Like
I'm not saying I'm surprised. I'm just saying like the way he's doing it. No.
Yeah, but you know he's gonna slow down. He ain't gonna average 29 the whole year. But Kimba is Mr. Buckets.
He proved that in the
Yeah.
I still feel like Jimmer could have did the same thing if he had the opportunity.
You mean Jimmy?
Shut up with this Jimmer business.
You mean Jimmy Butler? That's what you mean? That's what you mean? Or Jim Jones?
Did he say Jimmer?
Yes, he said that.
Yes, he
But did not bring up Jimmer and everybody shut me down?
I did it.
You shut him down too.
Word, we shut him down right now.
I'm a Jimmer fan, sir.
I thought he was with the group on shutting me down about Jimmer.
No, sir.
You changed his mind.
Nah, I've been a Jimmer fan.
I can't wait to edit this out. Jimmer for dead.
Yo, but before we get off NBA, Puda, no shade, all right? Just a big elephant in the room for me.
Oh, I'm out, y'all.
No,
Yo, I already told you I'm retired, so don't ask. Don't.
No, I'm just saying, does Melo link with the team this year? It's been quiet on the Melo front.
Said the Melo what?
Does he link with a team at some point this year?
Yeah.
Oh, you real confident, PA?
Yeah. Melo definitely getting on the team this year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What team would you say could use him right now?
Cucamonga Cracker Killers.
I'm trying to just ignore.
Yo, what he said?
The Cucamonga Cracker Killers.
Friday.
Oh man.
Yo, you know what's funny? I literally just read.
I'm retired, man.
I literally just read an argument that said that
Yo, this is no shade, Puda. Don't act like that.
Yo, Pop, when you came to my housewarming, how many questions did I get asked within the first 10 minutes you sitting there, son?
Yo,
It don't make no sense. I'm retired.
But yo, Chips, I literally just read an article maybe like an hour ago about how it said that it seems like Carmelo is being blackballed. Like the GMs are speaking amongst each other to not like nobody's trying to pick him up.
Melo about to have a collusion case because he trash.
Yo, man, no, we out. That's it.
Yeah, word.
All right, so leading away from that random question, we're gonna do our first installment.
No shade though.
No shade though. No shade.
Wasn't no shade.
But he said no shade. It's cloudy around here. But we're gonna do our first installment of NBA Power Rankings. Obviously, top 5 and bottom 5. So we're gonna jump right into it. Obviously, this is different since this is the first one for the NBA. But let's see, and let's dig a little bit deep into these rankings too, fellas. Let's try and give some explanations for this. I don't want just teams because obviously I feel like it's going to be some questions about these teams. But PH, I'm gonna let you go first.
All right. Bottom 5. Well, you gotta explain the bottom 5 too.
I mean, if you don't have to explain all of them, but if you feel like it's a team that might be, trust me, Chip's probably gonna argue with some of your picks. So just be ready. That's all.
All right. Bottom 5. I got Phoenix, Atlanta, Cleveland, Chicago, New York. Next.
Son, take that goddamn hat off if you're gonna have my team in your bottom 5, fam.
Shut up. So that's the question?
Nah, ain't no question. That's a comment.
All right. Top 5, I got as of right now.
Duh.
Raptors, Denver,
As of next week.
Philly.
You big dummy.
Yo, you said who, P?
I'm waiting for the peanut gallery.
That's your fault,
Yeah, I
man.
know. Well, can y'all just chill for a second?
All right, my bad. I apologize.
Thank you. Players fuck up too. All right. Raptors, Denver, Philly, Warriors, Bucks.
Yo, PH.
Yo.
Speaking of Cavs, before we move on to the next person, when did Kyle Korver get to the Jazz? Did they trade him or did they just cut and release
They
him?
traded him for Alex Bird.
Yeah, they traded him.
Okay. He just got a big standing ovation for entering the game.
That's right. Kyle
He
Korver.
went back. He went back home, baby.
Word. He was like, you know what? Let's just go back. What you got, Chips?
My bottom 5: Phoenix, Cleveland, Chicago, Atlanta, and then I got a tie for 26 with the Knicks and the Nets having identical records. Top 5, I got Toronto, Milwaukee, Golden State, OKC, and I got another tie for 5th, being so early. I gotta have the Clippers and the Nuggets, and the only reason, even though that the Nuggets are up, they're number 1 and Clippers are number 2, I just don't believe that they're going to stay there. And being that the records are so close, I just think other teams are better than them, just dealing with injuries and stuff like that of that nature. So that's why I have them at number 5.
Pop, go ahead, Pop. I ain't even going to say nothing.
Yo, fam, you want to say something? Say something.
Yo, say something, man.
Yo, Chips, they scared to shoot the 5 with you.
I don't know why.
I ain't never. I just ain't never see the wildest, he just be the wildest hypocrite ever. He just killed PH for saying,
I didn't even go there.
But then just said, oh, well, I got them down tired because I don't feel like they're going to stay there. Obviously, stupid, we just said for now. You just killed PH for that.
You big dummy.
First of all, I ain't say for now. I didn't say this is my top 5 for now. I'm just saying.
You got them at spot for now.
Huh?
You just said you have them in a tie for 5th because you don't feel like they're going to stay there.
And the
and
records
then
are
gave
so
the
close,
reasons
right?
that they had the best record.
They have the best record, but it ain't that far apart. It is, they up by like 1 game or half a game.
Yo, can I go?
So it's interchangeable.
Go ahead, Pop.
My bottom 5 is exactly.
Yeah, don't come for me, Nick. Don't come for me.
Yo, what a week for him. What is wrong with this guy?
Unless they send for you?
Yeah, don't come for me unless they send for me, bitch. Unless I send for you. Unless I tell you.
My bottom 5 is exactly the same as Chips. Exactly the same.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think everybody bottom 5 is pretty much the same. But like him, I got the Knicks and the Nets tied. They the same. All right, top 5. I got Toronto at 1. I got the Warriors at 2. I have Milwaukee at 3. I have Denver at 4, and I have OKC at 5. I don't believe in the Clippers at all. I don't even think they're that powerful. I don't care. I'm not putting them in my power rankings. I don't care what they records say. I don't believe in them at all. OKC, what made me put them in there is the fact that they was able to still win when Russ was out. So that showed me something. And man, that Schroeder trade, man, looking like a really good move for them.
Stepping it up, boy.
Word.
Still needs to get that out his hair, but I agree.
Yo, speaking of here, shout out to Alfred Payton for doing something with that shit.
Word.
Did he cut it?
Yeah.
He cut it at the start of the season.
Damn,
Yeah.
you look wild.
Son, I ain't even see
it's
it.
better.
I ain't even see it, son. That used to
That thing got hurt.
annoy the shit out of me, like literally.
Yo, top 3, him, The Weeknd, and Gunplay. Wildest hairdos ever, man.
Son, that used to annoy me just as much as watching LaMarcus Aldridge run.
And the shit would be going like this.
Yo, he said just as much as watching LaMarcus Aldridge run.
Yo, LaMarcus Aldridge playing right now, fam.
Yo, he is a terrible runner though, son. He run like he got mad back injuries.
Nah,
He is heavy.
he run like he throwing a tantrum. So that's how he.
I don't want to be here.
Son, legit, I'm about to watch the rest of this game. Watch it for him to run now, son.
Yo, what channel, yo?
NBA TV is on mine.
All right.
Yo.
Go ahead, Puda. What's your power ranking?
The bottom, I got the Suns. I probably got the same as y'all. Suns, Hawks, Bulls, Cavs, and the Knicks, man. Fortunately.
Yep.
My tops, pause. I
Yeah,
got
Dwight Howard's.
Oh.
Shots fired.
What's up, PH?
That wasn't
That was a good one, PH.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yo, speaking of that, hold on. Yo,
Watch it.
Look.
I give you
Yo,
$4.
why y'all keep giving Pop segues, yo?
yo, sir. Y'all know Dwight Howard is injured, right? I'm just leave it as
No,
that.
don't even do
what he's injured with.
What he injured for?
Sir, no.
What he injured with?
Puda, why he injured?
My power ranking.
Thank you.
Raptors, because they are real.
Yo, Google why Dwight Howard injured if y'all don't know.
I know. And I'm not going to say because
I'm talking to the listeners. Go ahead, Puda, my bad.
The Raptors, the Nuggets, and like what Pop did with the West, I'm gonna do with the East. I'm gonna put the Sixers over the Bucks, man.
I'm not mad at that.
I think the Bucks are definitely gonna slide down. So I got Raptors, Nuggets, Sixers, Pistons, and OKC.
Say that again?
Oh,
no, never mind. I'm bugging. Never mind.
What did I say?
No, don't worry about it.
All right.
So my bottom five is Suns, Hawks, Cavs, Knicks, and Nets.
Wait, what?
Hold on.
Fuck you laughing at?
No. Hold on. Say it again.
What happened?
Yo, don't let me go get my book.
Hold on.
Son, this is why.
Hold on.
No, wait.
Bulls fans with Bulls hats.
Wait,
I like the colors. I like the
This
colors.
is why he can't come for me when it comes to power rankings, son. He mad biased, son. He did it with the 49ers, son, for weeks.
I've never come for you over power rankings. I come for you for the shit that you give niggas.
Everybody, yo, every time somebody say the N-word, man, we about to start donating to charity. That person got to start donating.
I agree. Next episode.
I don't agree.
Next episode.
Oh, well.
That was a good idea.
Next episode.
Nah,
But no, I don't come for you for your power rankings, sir. I come for you because you give dudes a lot of shit about their rankings, and then you'll turn around and have the same logic that you just gave niggas bars for.
Nah.
No, because he got me tight right now.
That would have been bread.
About to impromptu shoot the 5 with this dude, man.
Let's do it.
Like I said, my bottom 5 is Suns, Hawks, Cavs, Knicks, Nets.
The Bulls got 5 wins.
The reason.
Let me hear this.
Y'all
Get him out of here.
Let me hear this.
Get him out of
The
here.
reason that my Bulls are not in the bottom 5 is because of injury and bad coaching.
Yo.
Hold on. So the next
No.
is
Let him go, man. Let him do his top 5.
missing.
Yo, kiss my ass. This is my rankings.
All right, you right. Do your top 5, man.
Top 5.
You are something else.
You are something else.
That's your family. That's your family member.
Don't be putting that out there in the public like that, sir.
It's been put out there already.
You said I
Top
ain't claiming
five
him.
is Toronto, Denver, Philly, Milwaukee, and the Thunder.
I ain't even hear nothing because your bottom five is so
Toronto,
bad.
Denver.
It don't matter, son. They don't got the ball.
Toronto, Denver, Philly, Milwaukee, and the Thunder.
He's better off putting Chicago in his top five.
Pretty much.
Stop being disrespectful.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't care. Bulls better than both of y'all teams. So?
You a lie.
Not at all. Bet what you want.
Anyway.
Oh, put your head down. Moving on. PH. NCAA playoff rankings, baby.
Oh, this is my
Just
second
came out.
week.
Top 4 teams came out.
Mm-hmm.
I recall last week somebody saying Ohio State was going to jump to the 4th spot.
Bad times too.
Was hoping.
Oh. So that was just fandom. That was fandom. Okay.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay. So obviously top 4 have been announced. Alabama undefeated. Clemson undefeated. Notre Dame undefeated. Those cheating motherfuckers because they don't got no conference game. And Oklahoma with the big win against Texas move up after Alabama beat Georgia.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What's up?
So Alabama and Clemson, you said they're both undefeated. Why is
Look at the camera. Look at the camera. There you go.
Shut up. Why is one number 1, one number 2? Is it strength of schedule?
Yeah. A lot of times with the NCAA and the football rankings,
If you're in the SEC, you get the benefit of the doubt.
you get the benefit of the doubt because your schedule is the SEC is like the powerhouse of college football. And then you base that on top 25 ranked teams that you've won. You know, if you do have a loss, how bad did you lose? How good did you win against a lot of ranked teams? So usually it's more than just wins and losses. It's about how you win too. That's why a lot of times you'll see in college football, it's a wild basketball score.
Mm.
Like team would drop 70 on them with no remorse. Like, nah, we need to get this rankings.
Okay.
Style points matter.
Definitely
so
do.
Question: Style points matter. Is that only for blowout, or if we win 70-60, does that matter too?
But it doesn't mean as much.
Oh.
Your offense is good to show that you can. It matters who you playing when you scored that 70 and who scored 60.
Okay.
You playing a great defense, not trying to be a homer, but how Ohio State killed Michigan that day when they scored 60. Michigan had the best, so-called the best defense in college football. And they
Michigan's defense was ranked number 1 in college football at that moment.
Oh, they was one. They was number 1, and they put 62 up on them, like with no effort. But that was Ohio State going against Michigan, and as of right now, Ohio State always kills Michigan.
Never fails. But what you got? Who you got coming out of those 4, PH?
I see
you going with the powerhouse or a dark horse?
Alabama. Oklahoma ain't gonna be able to beat them. I don't see no way, shape that they're gonna be able to score as much as they need to hang with Alabama. If Jalen Hurts is the quarterback, or if Tua is the quarterback, Oklahoma defense is not slowing them down at all. Now that Clemson Notre Dame
What if Trey Young is a quarterback?
I don't know. I've never seen him throw a football, so I can't call it. But that Clemson Notre Dame game, that could go either way to me. Because Notre Dame has a really good offense, and their defense is really good also. But I'm going to go with the dark horse, and I'm going to take Notre Dame over Clemson. So I think it's going to be Alabama, Notre Dame in the championship, and Alabama's going to win again.
Okay. I have the exact opposite.
Oh.
For me, it depends on who plays, Tua or Hurts. If Hurts plays, the offense isn't going to be as dynamic. And I feel like Oklahoma, as long as they get 1 to 2 stops, their defense isn't going to be able to shut them down all game. It's not going to be like when they played LSU.
But do you forget how Jalen Hurts, what is he like? He lost 1 start in his career?
Mm-hmm.
1. He killed Clemson, which was a great defense, great team, but you want to look like that because you just – why? Why?
Yo, Puda got a question.
I just want to know the difference between those 2 quarterbacks. Why is it always a tough decision or a debate when it comes to these 2 quarterbacks?
Well, it's not really a
Glad
debate.
you asked, sir.
It's
One
not
is
really
a
a
better
debate.
quarterback.
Glad you asked, sir. Let me answer that. And while I answer that,
Break it down for me, please.
while I answer that, that will address PH's comment as well.
Okay, yeah, I want to hear
So the reason that there's the big debate is
Yo,
yes.
you think it's a debate on how sweaty Puda hands is right now?
this. No, she's
Done.
hot.
I caught 17 touchdowns yesterday with these
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You can't even feel the football if it touch your hand. Look at that gloves.
The sticky grip is right there. Look.
That's for when you gotta go outside and shovel.
That's definitely what I wear to shovel. But go ahead, Chris.
But the main difference is, Jalen Hurts.
Now that's the backup?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the dude who was starting before this year.
Okay.
He only lost 1 game. Yeah, nobody forgets that. But you got to realize, too, that was a product of his defense and their run game.
Not the
They
cut
were a
you-
run-heavy team.
last year?
Huh?
That's
What?
the who won it for them in the second half last year?
No, that's Tua.
Tua, the
Oh,
quarterback
He's
now.
the
won it
starter
for-
now.
Okay.
But, everybody's like, oh, well, Hurts, only lost 1 start. That's fine. But that was because they had the number 1 ranked defense in NCAA, hands down. This year, their defense isn't like that. Their defense is not unbreakable this year. Their defense have given up points. Look at what Georgia did. That's why I say there's a difference. And I'm not taking anything away from Jalen, but he's not as dynamic. He's not as accurate as Tua was. There's no big plays with Jalen coming out of that offense. They're going to revert to a run-first offense, and they're going to try and hold the clock. That's what they did last year. That's why they won so much. They relied on their defense. They shut teams down. This year, their team isn't like that. And why? Because they were completely blowing teams out.
So you feel that Oklahoma's can slow Alabama down if Jalen's in the game?
Because it's one-dimensional, yes.
I don't see it. I still don't see it. If Georgia is so great or so good, when Jalen came in and it was supposedly going to be one-dimensional, why he drove down the field twice? No problem.
Let's not act like a team game planning for 1 quarterback and then another quarterback coming in doesn't make a difference. Just like it made a difference last year in the national championship when Tua came in. There was no game plan for that. You weren't ready.
Well, okay, you wasn't ready for the passing, but for to be running, and he can't pass. You can. I think that's easier to adjust to than adjusting to somebody who can throw the ball all over the field.
No, because Jalen actually made good passes last week. He made very good passes in that when he got in the game.
Okay.
Against a defense that wasn't prepared for that. They were up on the line, pressing the run.
We'll
and
see.
then scramble, made some good passes. Is he going to be able to do that for the whole game? No, not at all. It's not happening. So if Oklahoma can make plays and score, I don't see Alabama scoring with them if Hurts is in the game. If Tua is in the game, it's going to be a shootout. But if Alabama can get 2 stops, maybe 3 stops, and Tua is in the game, it's over. It's not happening. Alabama's going to take it. So as of right now, Hurts is the healthy quarterback. So I feel like he's going to be the one starting. If he's starting, Oklahoma 1, and Clemson is going to destroy Notre Dame, in my opinion. I don't feel like Notre Dame has enough to hang with Clemson all around. And then I got Clemson beating either one. Whoever makes it from Bama, Oklahoma, I got Clemson winning it. Clemson's too underrated. People have been sleeping on Clemson at number 2. You don't hear no talks about Clemson at 2. It's like, yeah, they're 2, but you hear more people talking about Oklahoma or who was going to be at 4 and Notre Dame being at 3 than you do Clemson at 2.
But I think that was only because that's just their spot was solidified. There was no way, shape, or form that they was going to lose that 2 spot or even be knocked back a little bit or lose any games. So that's why I think they wasn't talked about enough. But
I feel like Sunshine gonna get them over the hump.
Let me ask y'all a question. Any controversy in the top 4?
Nah, not this year.
Not this year?
I feel like this is one of the rare years where
they actually got
it right.
Right. The one time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ask coaches, you're going to hear a whole lot of stuff. But this year, I think they got it right. Because everybody was saying just should have stayed in the top 4. But
so no other team better than Notre Dame.
To get to that 3 spot? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have put Ohio State over them just because they didn't have a conference game.
Yeah,
I feel like Ohio State had their chance, and them losing that game was huge. Like Georgia losing to Purdue was huge too.
Notre Dame not playing a conference championship really kills them, but their schedule throughout the season, their strength of schedule is like
tough.
Top 10.
So with that close game, Alabama had to come back, correct, to beat Georgia?
Yeah.
So let's just say, let's go with what is. If Alabama loses that game to Georgia, what happens then in top 4?
Georgia stays in the top 4, and Alabama stays in the top 4 also.
And who's the odd man out? Who's the odd man out?
There would have been no odd man. Well, yeah, Oklahoma would have been an odd team out.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Notre Dame would have still been at number 4, basically.
You can't do. There's no in that situation. You can't. And just like how you be saying, you can't fault number 1 for losing the number 4 and moving them that far back.
Respect it. No, I'm not saying Alabama was supposed to fall out, but I know somebody.
No, I'm just giving you an explanation why they can't move them that far back. As much as I would have wanted them to go all the way back out of the top 4, it can't happen. Happen.
I think Alabama probably would have dropped to maybe 3.
Yeah, possibly.
I think it would have
been. Since y'all talking about this, real quick, how do you feel about Duke dropping to 3, Gonzaga going to 1, and Kansas staying at 2? You okay with that?
I mean, I don't see a problem with it.
Kansas should have never lost their spot.
I'm telling you, son, the only reason they lost their spot because it was preseason. I'm telling you, it's a reason why it happened, son.
I understand it's preseason, but they never lost.
I get you, but they had a close game.
So like what? They had a close game. So what?
Close game.
Everybody's gonna have close games, son.
Listen. If you was doing the eye test, I mean, it's just repetitive. If you're doing the eye test off that one game, off that first round of games, Duke clearly looked like the number 1 team in the nation.
Nah.
The way they beat, who they beat?
Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky. The way they demolished Kentucky, I think you're like they was clearly the number 1 team. That's the only reason.
So
that's the only reason.
They still a number 1 team?
To me?
No. See, I'm not talking.
Yes.
No.
All right, to you.
No, I don't think they're the number 1 team. They got an L. They took an
So then how was it clearly they was the number one team before that then? Because they beat Kentucky?
They only had that one game to go off of.
But they beat the number 2. So if anything, I could say they're clearly the second best team or the third best team. I can't say they clearly better than the number 1 because they beat number 2. That don't make any sense.
But they destroyed number 2.
That's fine. What they got to do with number 1 though?
Number 1 had a close game to a by far inferior team.
All right, that's
because
fine.
they ranked 10th, they by far inferior.
I mean, 10th is not that far away, but it's still far away in college basketball.
If you talk about rankings, that's 6 spots. That's inferior by far.
Yeah, I mean they inferior. And it was a close game. Duke absolutely destroyed Kentucky.
That's fine.
Destroyed them.
That has nothing to do with Kansas though.
It doesn't. You're right, and like I said, by no fault of Kansas doing it was by no fault that they lost that number 1 spot.
But yeah, continue.
And now you have Gonzaga beating Duke. They beat the number 1 team, so they go to number 1.
And
Kansas stay put.
Kansas just keep getting disrespected. But continue.
I don't think they getting disrespected. They in the second spot.
But they never lost to be moved out of 1. So that's the part you're missing.
No, I'm not missing that.
In your opinion, they was justified in being moved because Duke blew out number 2 and they struggled with number 10. Okay, guess what? Duke lost to number 3.
And fell down, and they fell down to 2 spots.
But Kansas didn't lose to nobody, and they moved. Like it's just, but whatever, man. Go ahead.
I don't think it's disrespect though. So you don't think Gonzaga? Let's get off the first week power ranking. Gonzaga beats number 1 Duke. You don't think Gonzaga deserved to jump up to number 1?
No.
Well, the Bulls just lost.
And I can respect it. And I can respect that because, like you said, if you're saying it off of that, then I can respect it because, like I said before, it was a close game. So if anything, I would have put Duke down to number 3, Gonzaga number 2, and
Kansas go to 1.
Number 1.
That's what I was expecting when the new polls came out, but no love.
Stop being disrespectful, fam.
You want to switch your bottom 5 now?
You about to kick this light-skinned motherfucker off the show.
Who they lost to?
Why you asking questions?
They lost to the Pacers.
My bad, player. My bad.
Marketing had a good game, a decent game.
Just came back off injury, man. All right. Heisman picks, PH. Right now they came out with the top 3. Murray,
Haskins and
Tua. Who you got?
Tua.
Yes.
And this kind of goes into my whole thing about the AP poll. This dude had one bad game.
Who?
Tua. He has one bad game, and it's like, it's over for him.
Oh no. It's
over for him. That's the talk, though.
Nah, I don't believe it's over for him.
It shouldn't be.
He's still, he's even with throwing 2 interceptions in that game. We got 3 on the season.
I think so, yeah.
And 30-something touchdown passes. If it was a 5th, we'd all be drunk. But Haskins, that Purdue game really killed his Heisman thing.
He didn't even take the top off.
The top never on, blood.
Word, alcoholic talk.
Ooh.
And Kyler Murray, as much as I love him, and I know he's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Like we was talking while we was watching the game on Saturday, he looks really tiny. Like he looked like he 5'10". Like I mean, he looked real short, man.
He's about to be the next Mookie Betts.
Yeah, that's exactly what he about to be, man.
That's what they've been saying.
He's about to be the next Mookie Betts after he wins the Heisman, because he's winning the Heisman.
That's messed up too. You think he should, or you saying that he is?
I feel like he is. That's my pick for Heisman. I feel like this year he's definitely with that offense. I think that definitely plays a major part with that offense, and what he's been able to do has definitely taken his Heisman notch up a level. But I feel like with his accuracy and the dual threat that he presents, and him, him just being dynamic in the sport itself, I think takes him over that. Unfortunately, when it comes to Heisman, one game can take you out of all contention.
That's crazy.
And it is crazy how the Heisman is, but
it's not really crazy when you think
one game, son.
Legit, one game can wrap your whole Heisman hopes, dog.
Just think about it. You got to think about the spectrum of college football. How many games they play per season?
13, like 12.
13 games. They play 13 games. It's you got 3 or 4 stars. Like they get ball out all year. 13 games. You mess up one game, that drop you down to 5th.
And he got hurt, didn't he?
The one reason why I think Tua should win. His numbers is comparable to Kyler Murray, and he missed a lot of fourth quarters. A lot of fourth quarters.
Because they be smacking them.
Smacking teams.
That is correct. I definitely give him that. But you don't feel like being in the game in the fourth quarter has played you don't think that plays a bigger role? Because fourth quarter is crunch time. You got more opportunity to fuck up.
It's not crunch time if you smacking everybody.
That's what I'm
saying. Oklahoma hasn't been smacking teams every fourth quarter. Oklahoma's had very good games where Kyler Murray has had to show up to win the game.
You don't think the other quarterback would have showed up if he was in the same position?
I can't worry about what if, though. He's never been in that opportunity. So I can't give you points. I can't give you credit for something that you wasn't in the opportunity to do. You think you could have fucked up and threw it back.
You saw what he did in the title game last year.
Last year ain't this year. You can't get a Heisman off of last year, baby.
No, I'm talking about saying like he could step up and play.
Last year is a completely different year, though, is what I'm saying.
But clearly he's capable of doing it.
And because we're going off of one game?
No, throughout the whole season.
And majority of the time, he hasn't been playing from behind, or he hasn't had to go down on a late drive and score to win the game.
So that's his fault because his team's is killing?
I'm not saying that, but I also can't give him points for that. He hasn't
away points because
no, I'm not doing anything. I'm saying for Kyler Murray.
I like this.
For Kyler Murray, that's more of okay. You've done it in the crunch time. You can't say, oh well, Tua hasn't had to play in the fourth quarter, so that means it's better.
So all right.
No, he's comparing the numbers. He's saying their numbers are the same without him playing fourth quarters.
Exactly,
and they're comparable. Who's better numbers?
Kyler Murray has a little bit more passing yards.
Don't make the face like a little bit don't matter, fam.
More
is more.
700 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Tua missed what? How many fourth quarters?
Hey, again, more is more. Hold on. When you look at games played, does it say 8 3/4 for Tua, or does it say 12 or 13?
It says 12.
So now, he got credit for all those games.
Is Big 12 numbers inflated? Answer that.
No. Their offensive numbers is inflated because their offense is crazy.
Exactly. That's what I just.
That team.
So the rest of the Big 12 numbers ain't inflated either.
Would you not say Oklahoma is the best offense in college football?
Will Greer numbers.
Would you not say Oklahoma is the best offense in college football, fam?
It's debatable.
Get the fuck.
It's debatable. If you want to listen, you want to go by numbers, and you want to say all of that. Ohio State is right there with them.
How the fuck does this keep going back to Ohio State?
Because you're asking me a question, and you asking, all right. If you want to compare quarterback numbers, you want to know what Dwayne Haskins did this year?
He's number 3. He's third.
No, he's third in the Heisman, but he leads the league in passing yards, passing touchdowns, and second in completion percentage.
What else he got?
What do you mean? What else he got?
What else he got?
I don't understand the question.
How many picks he got?
Same amount as Kyler Murray, 7.
Okay.
Ooh.
How many losses he got?
1.
Okay. So why is he only third in the rankings?
Because they lost to Purdue.
And how did they lose?
Because the defense.
So Haskins was moving the ball and they were scoring.
They scored. They didn't score enough. Purdue scored 40-something points on them. They scored 30. What was it, 40 and 30 or something like that game? I can't remember.
I don't know if it was 40 to 30, fam.
Either way.
Check the stats.
Either way.
What game y'all talking about?
Either way. Versus who?
Versus Ohio State.
Dwayne Haskins has 500 more passing yards, 7 more touchdown passes. I don't know. I can't see the interception.
That's how you spell Purdue.
Huh? Purdue. P-U.
Oh, yeah. It was 49-20, PH.
Oh, Lord.
So Haskins scored what?
And let me see what Haskins' stats was.
Dominican, Puerto Rican,
Haskins 73 passes. God damn. 49 for 73, 470 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Y'all be wanting me to watch college football.
I'll say he was moving that sounded like he was moving the ball.
How many passes did he throw?
73.
73.
Man, y'all be wanting me to watch college? Come on, man. But the crazy part is the running back was still rushing 30 times for 400 yards too. It's crazy, man.
Not that game.
Not this game. No.
Not that game.
College football, man, the scores be 100 to 2,000. I forgot what game it was earlier in the NFL season, but I know it was 2 quarterbacks that are actually in the league. I know one was Pat Mahomes, and it was somebody else. I don't remember the quarterback.
It was the Baker Mayfield and
like 12 touchdowns apiece for like 1,500 yards, son.
It wasn't 1,200. It wasn't 12 apiece. It was like 13.
Pat had like 700 yards. Baker Mayfield had like 6, I think. It was something crazy like that.
Who won that game?
I think Baker won.
Yeah, I don't even remember who won that game.
Oklahoma won that game. Yeah.
It
was a wild. It was like the high. I think it was the highest scoring game. But the yards is definitely reckless.
It's the no defense Big 12 right there.
But so basically the way you saying it, PH, you feel. I mean, so then why would you have Tua if you vouching for Haskins? Then why wouldn't you have Haskins as your Heisman?
Because of that loss to Purdue.
That one game.
You comparing his numbers to Kyler as if
you was throwing numbers out there saying that his numbers was like so much better than Tua's because he played all games or he played the entire fourth quarter. Like his numbers was astronomical, and it's not really that great, that much better.
I said better is better. I didn't say astronomical. I said better is better. Point blank. Especially when you're talking about something like the Heisman. That matters. Right?
I guess.
You guess. I mean, don't guess.
I don't know what matters with the Heisman.
I ain't never see a Heisman winner who numbers was less or worse overall than another person.
I guess the same as the rankings.
Word. That's a fact. That's a fact.
And I mean, to touch on what Pop was saying, like, yo, one game matters. The best comparison I have when it comes to the Heisman, and I know this is a movie comparison, but it's real life when it comes to, like, the impact this shit has on them is the program. Remember when dude was, like, about to go crazy?
Yeah.
Dealing with the fans and dealing with the hype of trying to be a perfect quarterback?
Yeah.
That shit is definitely real life when it comes to the Heisman because one bad game is it. It's over.
Yo, Trevor Ariza playing, by the way, Chips.
Let me ask you a question. It's normally just running back or quarterback, never a receiver, never a defensive player.
No.
Well, it's been a while since.
A receiver?
Defensive players get looks.
Hey, who threw the ball to the receiver? The quarterback, right? Usually his numbers is really good too.
Let's
quarterback and running backs dominate.
Defensive players get looks too, though.
Sometimes the wide receivers just be making things happen, man.
Most of the time, the defensive backs that get the most looks are dual threat defensive backs that play both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think the last one was it Jabril Peppers? The last one?
Yeah. He got a look. That's about it.
Yeah, it was.
He was like seventh.
The last time, like, for real, I think it was probably the 90s, probably.
Charles Woodson probably was the last one.
Charles Woodson. And
that's because he played both sides. He ran back kicks. He scored
touchdowns on both sides.
Punts.
Yep.
That's when I actually watched college football.
All right, but let's go from the amateurs to the pros. We're going to do a quick stint this week. Not too much change. Power rankings changed, so I think we should focus more on that as far as NFL goes.
I got some bars, or some front offices got some bars for chips and pop, man. They send me.
I don't know what you talk about.
I don't know either.
Go ahead and start, Puda. What you talking?
Yo, man, I was told that both of y'all need to apologize to the Jags and the Bucks. You heard? Both of y'all for calling them complete trash. The way they shut teams out and y'all had them in the bottom five.
Hold on. Why Pop was looking around like he was about to throw something at you?
I was, man. And then I realized he wasn't in the room.
First of all,
y'all owe no apologies.
You go first, Pop, you want to go first?
Y'all owe no apologies.
You could go first and last because I ain't even talking on that. Tell them to hop in the comments if they really want to talk.
Nah, I'm gonna talk. First of all, the Jags beat the Colts 6-0. Not like they did anything special, okay? The Colts.
Well, they held down Andrew Luck 3 touchdowns and 300 yards in 8 games.
Exactly. The Colts won. The Colts won, and they shut a good team out that was cooking.
No, listen.
The Jags won.
I mean, the Jags won. They shut them out, and they was cooking.
First of all, I'm putting that on the Colts, okay? The Jags scored 6 points, my man. 6.
That's what they normally did, though. They never blew teams out.
They didn't know, but they didn't score 6 points.
13, 15. That's what they did.
Listen, fam. The Colts pissed.
I was trying to find a way of changing my bottom 5 to put the Bucks still in there just because. But I can't. But I can't do it though. I was trying to fix it around.
Hold on. Before y'all keep going, let me just say, yo, Puda, don't be coming in here with no anonymous comments, dog.
Word. Tell them to hop in the comments.
Yo, y'all do it all the time.
Nah, hold on, fam. Whoever got something to say, we don't do anonymous player quotes and
from
the locker room. Nah.
Anybody can get it. Shoot the fire with me if you time you want.
Tell your peoples to talk to my peoples, and if they want to talk, jump in the comments.
Hold on. I'm not shooting the 5 to defend the Bucks and the Jags.
No, not you.
Talking about whoever.
Wait, was it you? Was it you? Was it you that said it?
What?
Was it you that said this?
Yeah, but come on. Son.
Oh, it was you. Oh,
they might be. They
might be snitched on itself.
They might be about 6.
It snitched on itself. Moving along.
That's why he was saying that he wasn't trying to say that.
Fraudulent.
You hear this, Chips?
You can't say it right.
Yo, son, you stop setting up fake Instagram accounts, B.
He called you KD?
Talking about he asking for a friend.
Word.
Saying is, y'all might owe them boys an apology.
Yo, Chips, what's your power rankings, man? I ain't even get to the back of the bus.
Bottom 5, I got Raiders, 49ers, Jags still at 30, Jets and Giants.
The Jags at 30?
The top 5, I got
just put the 49ers at 32, son. Just go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay.
Please believe I want to, but
do it.
Top 5, Rams, Chiefs, Pats. Horrible loss by the Saints, by the way. And I kind of wanted to put the Chargers above the Saints, man. What a comeback victory. What a comeback game for them. But they still at number 5 for me.
All right, PH.
All right, my bottom 5 is Raiders, Niners, Cards, Jets, Jags, and top 5 is the Rams, Chiefs, Saints, Chargers, Texans.
Ooh, no Pats?
No Pats. Again, Rams, Chiefs, Saints, Chargers, Texans. You heard me that time? No, sometimes you gotta say stuff twice for my man Turkey Chips, man.
It was my listen, man. I just want to go back. It was my investigation that found out the real school with this whole turkey thing. I just want.
Oh yeah.
That's right. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
I had to do a lot of investigating, but I got to the bottom of things.
He said it was on the third plate that I had realized.
You should have saw his face. Nah, y'all should have saw his face.
So why you chewing like you ain't got no top teeth?
I'm not.
Joel Santana.
I'm not coming back to Thanksgiving, B.
Get out of here, Joel Santana.
He chewing like he eating that unsweetened cornbread, you heard?
No.
Don't be disrespectful.
No, unsweetened cornbread is disrespectful.
Chris went from the laugh to the straight face and the
unsweetened cornbread. Yo, y'all was slaves, yo.
That's a fact, though.
Yeah.
Yo, Pop, what's your rankings?
Bottom, Raiders, 49ers, New York Jets, all right, Arizona Cardinals, and Buffalo Bills. I swear I was going to throw them in.
He said I was trying.
Yeah, he still was trying just now.
I was. You know what, man? I just changed it at the last second. I'm still putting the Saints at 1. I don't care that they lost to the Cowboys. I'm still putting them at 1.
Okay.
So because I just changed that, it messed everything up for me. So I'm gonna put the Saints at 1. I'm gonna put the Rams at 2. I'm gonna put the Patriots at 3. The Chiefs at 4, and I'm gonna throw the Texans in there at 5.
Chargers getting no love?
They do, but
Texans won like 9 straight or some crazy shit.
But like my man PA said, sometimes you gotta repeat yourself for chips. So I got the Saints at 1.
Yo. Like a wise man once said.
Puda, what's your rankings, man?
Oh, man. All right, my bottom pause. Oakland.
Yo, you gotta say you're Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard, man, come on.
Oh, all right, my Dwight Howard is. First of all, man, yo, shout outs to the Giants, man. You know what I'm saying? Just for chips, you heard?
Let them know, son.
Bro, man, we win out here, you heard? Look, and I got a new pair of gloves, man. I caught 12 interceptions with these.
He changed his gloves.
What happened to that boy, you heard? All right, listen.
Oh, he can't even bend his fingers.
Man. All right.
Mad snowball fights. Yeah, man.
My bottom, my Dwight Howard is Oakland. Y'all baby. I can't believe I said that. San Francisco, the Jets, Arizona, and I gotta go with Detroit, man, over the Jags because at least Detroit got their quarterback, man. The Jags don't know what the hell they doing, man.
They got their quarterback. They got their quarterback.
They got a quarterback already.
They got him.
They just gave that quarterback money. They got their quarterback.
All right, my other Dwight Howard in reverse position.
Yo,
That's worse.
Them get set in reverse position.
Yo, listen, man, we going all the way out here. All right, I got the Rams number 1.
Oh shit.
I got Kansas City number 2, man. I gotta put them over New Orleans because they lost to fucking bitch ass Dallas, man.
Look, bias aside, Dallas played a great game.
They did play a great game.
They played a great game and they had a very good strategy of
Keep the ball.
keep the ball and rush.
I think Kansas City lost to better teams at the time than what New Orleans did, with Dallas included.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Rams, Kansas City, New Orleans. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go Houston and Chargers over New England, man. I think New England is gonna end up falling down. As much as I love Tom, man.
Fuck you. Yeah.
The GOAT, man. I gotta pick them over New England with all of them having the same record. It's just me.
All right. So here are my rankings. I got Raiders, Niners, Cards, Jets, and Bills. Top 5, slight change, a little bit different than what y'all got. I got Rams have moved back up to the number 1 spot, Saints at 2, Texans at 3, Chiefs at 4, and I got the Bears rounding out my 5 with the Patriots right there.
Huh?
What's the Bears?
Oh wait, the Bears? Didn't they just lose?
They lost to the Giants.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Who they lost to, Pop? Hold on.
You right.
Go ahead, Chips.
That's me. That's me. Chips.
Chips, get him.
Nah, that's me. The same way with Chips.
Get him, Chips.
Chips started the whatchamacallit.
Lose them all.
When Chips had that mishap, players fuck up sometimes. So it's Patriots at 5. I got Rams, Saints, Texans, Chiefs, Patriots. Chiefs dropped to 4 for me.
You good with that, Chips?
Good with that?
That's my favorite emoji, fam.
Yo.
Only reason Chiefs dropped to 4, everybody seemed to forget. They don't got no more Kareem Hunt.
Wait.
That plays a part, man.
You had the Chiefs at 4?
I dropped them to 4, yeah.
So you had the Rams, the Saints,
The Texans,
and then the Chiefs.
Patriots.
All right.
I ain't mad at you.
I'm not mad at that either.
I was mad at them Bears.
I got a lot of
That's my bad.
I'm gonna have to watch
I ain't give you a housewarming gift for real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch the Texans.
Now the Texans, they what they won like 8.
They've been hooping, son. They have been hooping like all around. Good games, like good defense, good offense.
Like an 8-game winning streak or some craziness.
I feel like they got it should be a good game coming up soon.
All right, let's do it.
All right. This weekend, heavyweight boxing was back in effect. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Fury got robbed. I don't care. I'm starting this off. Fury got robbed. He was kicking his ass the whole fight. He got a little tired.
He was like,
Wilder hit him with the wildest right hand.
Yo, when I was watching him fight, what was that movie with Jim Carrey?
Snatch.
No. The one with Jim Carrey. Where you had the two personalities?
Oh.
No. It's like
Me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah,
me, myself, and Irene.
Outside the store.
Now he did look like that.
He was gonna call out and do dirt, and he do dirt in the dude's face.
Yeah. That was it, son. That was it. Yo, the first thing that popped in my head.
He was wilding, but he won though. Go ahead, Chris.
I said what I got to say. Pop.
Why I gotta go second, son?
Pop, you gotta go second. I got beef that we don't know about.
Yeah, we got beef that they don't know about.
Pop.
I just want to know your thoughts on the fight, brother.
My thoughts on the fight is, if I have to pick a winner, Fury won the fight, but I wasn't mad at the draw. Fury survived.
Son, stop trying to give a politically correct answer, son.
No.
Sure.
There's nothing politically correct about it. I'm not mad at the draw. I don't think he got robbed.
Don't say he won, but
no, I said if I had to
it was a tie. It was a tie.
No, that's not what I said. I said if I had to pick a winner, Fury won, but I wasn't mad at the draw. He didn't do enough for me to feel like I wasn't like, oh my God. First of all, props to both of them. That's first of all. Let's start with that. Props to both of them. Wilder showed no give up. Whenever everybody was watching that fight and they was like, this fight is Fury is winning. He can't hit him. He proved us wrong.
I knew he was gonna get one of them was gonna slip through.
In the 12th round, you thought that? By then, it was like his defense is too good. And props for Fury for getting up, man. Tough guy, man.
That meme you posted with the
going to work.
Hilarious, nigga.
That shit was
go to work.
That's how it be. Like, I ain't going to work. Let me get my ass up.
Let me get my ass up.
But I just feel like it
at work, son.
It was in the beginning of the fight. I feel like nobody really took it. It was like Fury was toying with him. It wasn't really hitting him, making him miss, landing jabs here and there. Wilder was missing, landing shots here and there. It was more of like a style at that point. Like, all right, I like this more than that. But I don't think any one of them took early, like them first 4 rounds. It was just more about what you like, more than what the person did. And then as it went on, Fury started to make him miss and land. And then Wilder was getting a knockdown. So it was just like, I'm not mad at the draw. I'm not mad at it.
All right. What you got, Chips?
So let me just say, I missed the fight. Like I said, I was at the holiday party. But I did, catch highlights, watch interviews, and I actually listened to Wilder interview with Stephen A. Smith today. And in that interview, of course, Wilder was bigging himself up. He said, he was being aggressive and he was taking a fight to Fury and wasn't running. But to me, it just sounded like Wilder knows that he not lucked out, but he lucked out.
No, he lucked out.
No, I'm just saying he knows that he caught the good side of the coin with drawing that, with getting that draw. The knockdowns clearly helped him. But I think for Wilder, this was like his first real test. Like, now you're really in the big leagues. As much as people think that, Anthony Joshua was going to be, was running from, Wilder or whatever, but now Wilder's in the big leagues. Now you're fighting the real big dogs, and it's not going to be a cakewalk. Yes, you have the power, but you're not the biggest heavyweight. Once you start fighting these heavier guys, these bigger guys, these stronger guys, it's going to be harder to land power punches and vice versa.
He actually on the reverse side of that. He been losing weight since the more and more fights. He been down 212 for this fight.
Mm-hmm.
No, he talked about that in the interview with Stephen A. Smith. He said that he had a chef and he did everything right. He don't understand how he came in at that weight. He said he really got to figure out what's going on with his body to where he came in at such a low weight.
I don't think his weight was a problem, though.
No, but like I said, I didn't see the fight, so I don't know how he was affecting Fury when he was hitting him. But you can tell that he knows that he wasn't as powerful as his past fights. Or not as powerful, but his punches didn't have that much, that strong effect that it had on other fighters.
I think that's him discrediting Fury's willpower.
Yeah, I think he's trying to.
Because in his mind, nobody gets up from that. So he's probably looking at it like, if I weighed 220 something, he wouldn't have got up. Nah.
He did a crazy premature celebration.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, but during the interview, maybe you guys can listen to the interview. I'm sure you can catch it somewhere. It really sounded like he was giving Fury. Like I said, he knows that he lucked out getting that draw.
Oh,
he knows that, huh?
He knows.
Yeah, he knows that he got away with one, and he wants that rematch immediately.
Does he?
He
really?
also said that, yeah, he does. He wants to rematch immediately. He said Fury's camp already reached out to him and said that they want the rematch. They just don't know how soon.
I don't think Fury wins a rematch though.
But
I'll wait for my turn.
yeah, I don't. From what I saw, watching all the recaps and whatever, I don't think you could be mad at the draw either. Those big knockdowns those two knockdowns was big. That knockdown in the 12th round it's a whole little mini controversy on how long the ref took to start counting or whatever, vice versa. The way he popped up or whatever. So I'm not mad at the draw from what I saw, but like Pop said, I could see people feeling like Fury won the fight, but I'm also not mad at the draw.
Yeah, Puda.
Well, I was with Pop at his crib. I knew it was going to be a crazy night because I was watching him play Blackout, and I saw the wildest Blackout kill I've ever seen in my life. Shout out to Pop for that. Pop,
and PH was nowhere to help neither.
It was wild. But
PH ain't had no gun. I was trying to find a gun.
I thought Fury got robbed. You know what I'm saying? If you watch the first 6 or 7 rounds, to me, I gave Wilder one round. It was just that much of a dominant fight for Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for Fury. I'm sorry. Fury won 6 of the 7 first rounds. The 2 drops helped him, but I don't think it helped him enough for him to win the fight. He just wasn't throwing enough punches. And not only that, when he was throwing them, he wasn't connecting a lot. I mean, he was throwing these wild haymakers, and Fury was ducking and dodging every single punch. It was crazy. And then he was countering him. I'm surprised the way the counters are going. I'm surprised Fury didn't knock him down at least one time. How many times did Fury get dropped? 3 times? Or twice?
Twice.
And I still don't think it was enough for Wilder to win that fight, man. Honestly. I don't know how the hell he got up because just like Wilder, I thought he was dead. I thought he was done. And he got up at 7.
It
wasn't at 7.
It wasn't 7.
Definitely got up at 9.
But he literally got right up. He just jumped up. He went from his back to his feet.
Undertaker, fam, in the coffin.
He went from his back to his feet it was crazy. He just teleported.
PH, stop talking to your wife
Oh, Cordell. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I already wasn't gonna say nothing.
Tell us about the fight.
You talking loud, B. Stop talking so loud. Start whispering.
No, the first time he went like this. So yeah.
Stay getting in trouble.
We was watching the fight.
Finish, but I'm gonna see you on that. Go ahead.
After the fight, Pop had posted a picture of the refs scoring cards, and I can't remember which one it was. Rafael
the Mexican dude.
Yo, he was paid off. He had Wilder win like 5 of the first 6 rounds.
Wilding.
Like, what was he watching?
He was wilding.
There was no way. Like Wilder won one of the cards. What was it? 115, 111? Where?
Yeah.
How?
He was watching the Bulls game.
There was no way. What you said?
He's watching the Bulls.
Yo.
Because they not top 5. I mean, they not bottom 5. So.
But anyway, yeah.
Let me look at you through the face. Hold on.
I did not know Fury was
tight.
Yeah.
My bad, guys, PA.
Yeah, I didn't know Fury was that good as a boxer. Being a heavyweight, yeah. You know that.
He was doing some eyebrows.
12 rounds, son. I don't know how he had the energy to keep that bouncing, yo.
But that's the thing. He didn't. His head movement pause started to stop around the 7th, 8th round.
That's when he got hit.
Yeah.
That's when they started exchanging rounds back to back.
But even in the 12th round when he got knocked down and he had his Undertaker come back up, he started throwing punches back at Wilder, and he landed a wild punch that Wilder, his eyes were
that right hand.
Oh.
That right hand.
He went back to the ropes chill, what you doing? You're supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Did he get up at 9? For real?
Yeah, son. Yeah. He got up at 9.
He took his time. He wants to try to look like Zab Judah.
Classic, by the way. That was a classic.
So, but I would say I definitely feel like Fury won the fight. Early on, and I agree with Pop, there's no way Fury wins a rematch. Literally, it's clear as day what Wilder did wrong in this fight.
Yeah.
He didn't realize it until
the end of the fight.
The 9th and 10th round, where he started shortening his punches, straightening his punches, instead of throwing them wild haymakers.
Again.
He also started off of the jab.
Again, he also said that. He said this fight was more about he started doing what he was supposed to be doing 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I was Fury, I'm not doing the rematch right away if I'm Fury.
Yeah.
Well, I seen somewhere where Joshua started talking.
Oh, Joshua, this the okie doke though. This the okie doke because this the fight that Wilder needed to straighten his shit up, to tighten his shit up.
Yeah.
Joshua's not beating neither one of these dudes.
Joshua needed to see Wilder look like this so that can help his confidence. He's like, I got this.
And better yet, Joshua has a better chance at this Wilder. He don't want to see if Wilder actually executes better moving forward. He don't want to see that Wilder. He want to see the Wilder that's undisciplined, telegraphing the punches. That's the Wilder he want to see. But if Wilder learns from this and he gets better, Joshua don't have a chance.
Yo, low key, Paulie Malignaggi, one of the best boxer transition commentators.
No, get him out of here.
Son, you serious?
He's like, I can't do my job. When
He's like,
that shit was funny, son.
He was like, I just want to do my job, and these referees are scoring the cards like this. I'm not gonna do my job.
Obviously, I'm not talking about after the fight.
That shit was funny.
But I don't know. His commentary during the fight was on point. I feel
cool.
He's not like Chris Webber to me.
I just don't like him. But he's very knowledgeable. Yeah. But to wrap up my thoughts, like I said, if I had to pick a winner, it's Fury. I'm not mad at the draw, but what PH said, even with me not being mad at the draw, 115, 111 is unacceptable.
Yeah, no way, son. No way. If they'd have had it tied all the way through, cool. I'll give you that. But there's no way Wilder had.
It was round. Literally, Wilder landed 3 punches, 2 punches. No.
I could have sworn it was around where he landed one.
Everybody in the room like, yo, they're going to call this a draw, man, for mad long. They're going to call us a draw.
Yeah, he called it.
Some knockdowns. They're going to call us a draw.
Like, literally, the lowest punch output, he did. Oh,
it was
shit.
one, right? One punch?
Round 10, he only landed 1 punch, and that was a jab.
I was like, that's impossible.
No, he did that on purpose, I think. I think he was like gearing up for them last 2 rounds to knock him out. Cause I remember us talking about that. Well, we was like, he's not throwing a punch. And I was like, I think he's just trying to preserve his energy to go out the last 2 rounds. Cause he knew he needed a knockout.
There was no round where he landed more than 10 punches. Like, as I'm looking right now, none.
Like, damn, did the judges score any of the rounds? 10-7? Because how the hell they scored it a draw, man?
But
son, the
that's boxing for you.
Had Wilder win mad rounds, B.
Right.
Mad rounds.
Speaking of boxing, hold on. Wait, did everybody go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo. Why is your man, yo, now again? Yo, Chris, explain
What?
to me what's going on with Pacquiao coming back again? And Roy gonna order it. Pop order it.
So we doing Fire Cool Dirt next.
Thank you.
I don't want to see it. Even though I'm sure he gonna fuck grown up.
Pop is ordering it though. I'm trying to.
I gotta watch that fight.
Yo, Fire Cool Dirt, man.
Yeah, Fire Cool Dirt.
All right.
Pop, go ahead.
So we starting off with some R&B. We got Her. The name of the song is called I'm Not Okay. PH.
Oh shit.
Oh, Court. Never mind. Chips.
Somebody else. Word.
My bad.
Wait, what happened? Wait.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Yo, listen.
I would look. This is what happened right here. This little thing.
And if you don't kick that damn dog like Baxter out of here.
All right, go ahead, PH.
What was the song? Which one we said first?
Her. I'm Not Okay.
I definitely give that a cool. I like that song.
Chips.
Mad, like mad sad. Like I'm listening to that.
Fire.
It's cool. It's a cool song, man.
Chips is crying when he's listening to it.
I was like, she need a hug, bro.
My music is real though.
Yo, Chris, what you got?
Can't see that.
I'm guessing that's a fire.
Yo,
Fire! That song is popping.
All right.
What you got, Puda?
I gave it a cool. As much as I love Her, I gave it a cool. It was a cool.
Yo, Chris, save my gill for that, because I don't know what that was.
It was just
It was the screen. It was the screen access. My bad, man.
Son got the fake fireplace trying to show to us.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can't afford it like light-skinned niggas.
Oh, it's a lot of inverts out here.
It's about you, Chips.
He trying to get all of them out before next episode. That's why.
Chips look lighter than me though right now.
That's the lighting, sir. That's good lighting.
Yo,
All right.
we got
I'm caramel. You light skin.
Rich the Kid splashing. Chris.
Now.
Dirt for 300, Bob.
Wow, and that song ain't dirt. Go ahead, PH. Go ahead after the dirt. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Peach. Go, hurry up, son. You laughing. You got glasses. Hurry up.
I'm gonna have to go with Dirt.
Puda.
It's cool.
Chips.
I wanted to give it cool, but it's dirt.
No, it's not. Yo,
No,
I really wasn't dirt.
It's not dirt.
No, listen. The beat is cool. It's catchy, but I really caught a headache listening to that.
Nah, it was the hookah. You ain't we didn't do the codes correctly.
I was driving, B, and it was dirt, man.
What you got, Pop?
It was cool. It's cool to me. I like it. They don't playing at the ugly Christmas sweater party, you heard?
Oh, we had the ugly Christmas sweater party twisted, you heard?
All right, we got Kyle featuring Little Yachty. The song is Hey Julie. PH, what you got?
Dirt.
Yo, Chicks, what you got, man?
Dirt.
Puda, what you got?
Dirt, I feel like I was singing my ABCs.
What you got, Chris?
Don't ask me. Next.
Hurry up.
That's it, man. We just gonna wrap it up with that, man.
All right.
That should have been unanimous.
Kick us out of here.
All right. So with
He can't even
episode 13, like, share, comment, subscribe. Yo, don't be like Puda. No fake Instagram posts, man.
Word.
If you got something to say, let's come on the show.
Yo,
Shoot
dude,
five.
Yo, let's go Giants. You heard? You heard, Chips? For
Yo,
real.
Naima, you heard that LMA on that Beyonce sample.
And on that note, I'm out.
My man Meek know what it do.
Salute.
We out.